Well, you started in 2000 with releasing the EP. And if you look back now on all the albums, what is it for you? What are your thoughts on the albums?
Well, Present Darkness, our first EP, we're just like any young band, you know, we had some songs that we had written and we wanted to put something out, and you know, we made a couple tapes. We went and recorded and made a couple tapes that we'd sell at shows or give away at shows, and one of those caught the ear of a guy from a record label called East Coast Empire, and he said, I want to do an EP with you guys. So we went and recorded that, and it was like a 5 or 6 song thing, and it was cool. Like, a lot of people dug it, and we sold like 10,000 of them just kind of on our own on this independent label, and that was kind of our beginning. And then because of that and the buzz that we had going on, you know, we had some interest from RoadRunner, and it was from there that we signed to RoadRunner, and then it was time to do our first record, Pass Out of Existence. And Pass Out, now that we think back to it, sonically isn't that great. Like, it doesn't have the Chimaira sound, because we went with a completely different producer. We got signed to RoadRunner, we got this big deal, we went out to LA, all of us lived in apartments, we had this big name producer, he'd done like Godsmack and stuff like that, and we were in this huge expensive studio, and it didn't really turn out right, because we had come from recording it at home in our buddy Ben Shiggle's garage, you know, and that's, I think, where our energy was captured, just in that setting. So when it came time to do Pass Out of Existence, our second record for RoadRunner, we said, forget all that big budget stuff, we're going to go back to the garage with Ben, and we're going to try to do it again like we did it before. And that's where we recorded Impossibility of Reason, which has been our most successful record to date. And there was just a certain energy and a certain fury captured there. You know, we were young guys just wanting to do it, and that record came out great. Then things took a kind of a turn. Arnold at the time just wasn't really feeling playing drums anymore. He was just going through some things in his life where he wasn't sure what he wanted to be doing, and he thought he wanted to go back to school, so he had left the band.
I think he did music studies.
Yep, well, all through college he had studied music theory. I think he minored in music theory, and he wanted to go back and do drum lessons, and I think he wanted to go to school for physical education, to be a physical trainer and things like that. And he was just kind of down on himself. He didn't think he was playing very well, and so he just kind of got in a rut and wanted to get out. So that's when things started to get rocky, because then we recruited Swedish drummer Ricky Evanson just to jam with us. We thought he was going to work out, but just kind of didn't work out. We're such a tight-knit, like, kind of brotherhood, pretty much all of us going to high school together and coming from the same area, and then to bring in another dude from another country and things like that, just the cultural differences were kind of extreme, and we didn't really know about that was going to happen. And also, we didn't even like try him out. We just knew, we saw him playing with Soilwork, thought he was awesome. He said he wanted to come to the States and liked our band, so we just hired the guy, and it just kind of didn't work. I think he was in the band maybe for like 8 months or something. So then we thought we were going to move on to our next permanent drummer, which was Kevin Talley from Dying Fetus. And he was from the States, great drummer. But again, that just kind of didn't work out either, because he was just a different dude, different state. He was from Texas, and we were from Cleveland, Ohio. And again, it just didn't really fit. But that's where we recorded our third RoadRunner release, just the Chimaira, the self-titled record. And I'm very, very proud of that record, and I love it a lot, but it was definitely a stressful record to make because of everything that was going on with Kevin, and RoadRunner basically wanting radio hits from us, and us saying no, and we wanted to do a heavy record, and so that kind of led to the deterioration of our relationship with RoadRunner, and that's when things were kind of just like